I expect no one to watch this video. But hey, you make the videos that you want to make, right? So in any case, about a week ago, I bought on eBay. It was Alice Cooper's 1983 album DaDa, and I gotta be the only 19-year-old on the planet that just did that. But in any case, this video will be I'll be talking about the cover and what I think about each track and whatnot. But if you don't if you didn't get what I was trying to do in the thumbnail, um, it makes a face. The cover makes a face. There's two reasons for that. One is because you don't do drugs, and the second part is he was friends with Salvador Dali, and one of his paintings, which was called Two Girl, Two Girls in a Slave Market and the Fading Bust of Voltaire. That's a mouthful. But in the painting, the two girls make the fading bust of Voltaire. So with this album, of course, you got the forehead, and the two eyes, nose, mouth, chin, shoulder. All right. And two girls and got the snake here. I think it's a pretty cool album. Does it scream Alice Cooper though? You can decide. But I think it's pretty cool. Put it on your ceiling, wake up every morning, and scare yourself to death. The backside, hopefully the glare doesn't get it. There's Alice Cooper when he was younger and not drugged out at least with his dog. And then you got this creepy laughing old man. I'm sorry about the glare. But the backside is pretty cool. It's got the track listings and all the lyrics are in this italicized cursive. It definitely and the way that the backdrop is, it definitely gives this late 1800s feel to it. Um, but it's actually kind of a funny story. So with me, when it comes to bands or artists, stuff like that I get into, I feel for whatever reason, maybe it's a good thing, but I feel like I have to know practically everything about that band or artist. I'm not saying looking up, the fucking address or something. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying definitely know all the albums, know a ton of the songs, know the history, and then for me that qualifies me to wear a shirt of a band or artist. I don't know. That's just how I am. But so as I was researching this stuff, one of the ways, of course, is YouTube, listening to the albums and stuff. But I always enjoy watching ranking videos, even though sometimes I may not agree with it. I always enjoy hearing what people have to say and whatnot. Um, Definitely things have changed now because if your opinion doesn't match with mine, you're a dick. But with this album, one of the videos I watch, which I'm subscribed to, Sea of Tranquility with host Pete, great channel. About 2 years ago, he made a review of each Alice Cooper album, and DaDa was last. Last being the worst. I never heard of it, and when the album came out, neither did anybody else. So and it's not an exaggeration. So then I went into the comment sections, just seeing what people had to say and whatnot, and a lot of them were saying, a lot of them were saying in regards to DaDa that it was either very low, or it was the top five for them, or some people were even saying that it was their favorite among his entire discography. For me, that's Brutal Planet. Metalheads are saying fuck yeah. Non-metal fans are saying fuck you. Uh, but I just enjoy the hell out of that album and what it has to say and whatnot. So with that, I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. Of course, I'm going to check it out no matter what. Um, but what I like to do is listen to songs of bands electronically. If I like it enough, then I'll buy on a physical disc. And this sure shit, as the first time I listened through the entire album, I freaking loved it. It's not my favorite, but definitely top five, or at least honorable mention of a top five. Absolutely. So yeah, this video, as it's finally fucking getting along, I'll just talk about every track, and like what I think about them and such. All right. So first one, DaDa. Here comes my dog. So this track is very atmospherical. It's very eerie and it's very dark. And you get Bob Ezrin's daughter throughout the song saying "Dada" as the song progresses. And I don't know what makes the sound, but it sounds like this banging of a metal door almost, which might make sense come the halfway point, which is you then listen to Bob Ezrin, who's playing a psychiatrist, and Alice Cooper, whose character is Sonny, talking about his problems, to put it lightly. So really, Sonny's like, oh, well, I think Bob asks like, how's your son or something like that, and then he's like, oh, Sonny's like, oh yeah, I have a son. He takes care of me. He took care of me. No, he still takes care of me. And then he's like, oh, I have a daughter too. And then Bob's like, no, you don't have a daughter. It sounds like he's been saying this like 100 times. You don't have a daughter. Then Alice, Sonny, same fucking thing. He's like, oh, okay, I don't have a daughter. I have a son. No, I don't have a son. I have a daughter. No, I don't have a daughter. So it's just this back and forth thing. And then he continues on with the bleak, atmospherical sound to it. And then towards the end, Alice, Sonny, is saying like, all right, I had enough. I'm feeling tired now. And then Bob's like, oh, yeah, that's all right. We can shoot the shit at a later date. And then Sonny's like, yeah, I'm feeling kind of hungry. Where's my boy? Which, well, first off, DaDa, amazing song. I really enjoyed the atmospherical sound to it. If you want to get the full experience, listen it to yourself at night. Definitely creepy. So moving on to the next track. And the reason why I'm laughing is just because like it's not the song, it's the tone. This is literally the definition of a contrast. It's almost it's almost like the two opposite spectrums of bipolar. DaDa is very very bleak, very moody, very sad, almost very low. Enough's enough. It's like off the walls in terms of DaDa's, but it is what it is. But it's a fun track. So Alice, as in the son now, his dad Sonny, he's saying enough's enough, Dad. Shit's happening left and right. Mom's died. Your brother's gone. Or what'd you do with your brother? Stuff like that. And then he talked about his mother when she died, saying, I'm gonna miss you, my brave little cowboy. And then he talks about how he sees his dad, and he's trying to hide a smile as his mom's dying. And then he says, I'm really going to get you now, Sonny. Come on, little cowboy, stuff like that. But Alice in the song saying, I don't want your fame or your money or your caddy daddy. Enough's enough. Basically, F off. Which makes sense because in this song it actually does have the F word. Go fuck and make a buck. Dr. Seuss at his finest. But yeah, it's definitely a fun track. Absolutely. And for the next one, formerly Warmer, this is a very, very dark and very, very storytelling driven song. These first three tracks are they definitely paint a picture. Everything after, I'll get to that. But with formerly Warmer, the premise is that Alice has a brother. It's the same family, at least I believe so. It's the same family, but his brother's locked in the attic, like Cinderella almost, just locked in the attic, and that's it. But the title formerly Warmer, before the album came out, it was called formerly Warner, as in Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers were more than happy to dump Alice at this point. He was a wreck, and past few records didn't do anything. But yeah, but it's very, very, like I said, very storytelling driven, and it's detailed well. He details the environment, he details what the coat's like, even the description of the keys and stuff like that. So Alice's job really is just bring a silver tray, with the skeleton key or master key, same fucking thing. That opens the door and then gives it to him, then leaves basically. Lee Warmer, whatever the hell his name is, formerly Warmer, let's just say. Like I said, he just stays in the attic. No dreams go in, no dreams go out. So, some people say formerly Warmer is a zombie, and that ties into a song later in this track, Fresh Blood. I disagree. I think formerly Warmer is symbolism to where, yeah, he's alive, but there's nothing inside of him. He's dead, and put that in quotes, of course. But the song really, like, its climax is, when the drum, I'll get you the drums in a bit, but when the drums start kicking in, and then, he gets really loud saying, formerly Warmer looks out the window when he's feeling really brave. formerly warmer waves to his father out in the family grave. So again, the father's in the picture again. Definitely in a great track. And the next track, uh, this like to me this is where the concept dies. Some people are saying that the entire album's a concept. I wholeheartedly disagree. I will give credit saying that there is a thin sunray of a line that of a thread that goes through this album, but otherwise it is definitely not the same concept as the previous three tracks. You know, which we've kind of seen before. Obviously, Welcome to My Nightmares is an entire concept album, but the last three tracks, minus Escape, definitely concept about Steven. This is kind of it, just reversed. So I think that's what kind of throws people off. Is like, oh, it starts off as concept. The entire thing is as opposed to like, oh, song. Oh, then a concept and then song. You know, and the reason why I'm saying that is because the song, No Man's Land, it starts off with, I got a job in Atlanta in a mall playing Santa, not because of any talent, but because I was the only one the suit would fit. Compared to the past three, compared to the past three tracks, definitely apples and oranges. But it doesn't mean that this song is all that rosy. So with the mall Santa, he's waiting in line. Well, he's waiting at the chair, waiting for his kids and whatnot. And then a girl comes up. She's 23. She says, "I need a man. I just need someone. You look like someone who can, what was it, sway with me, play with me. I could gladly pay you double overtime," stuff like that. So he leaves with her into her Mercedes Benz, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to put you under my tree and go and lay down by the fire, have a one night stand," stuff. But as the song progresses, you kind of get this dark picture of this Santa Claus, Krampus, if you want to, because he kind of starts talking about this this almost diagnosis that he has, and becomes really adamant. Where in one of the lines he says, "She had to learn to love all four of me." So I'm taking it's a mental personality, multiple mental personality disorder. But I really do enjoy this song. I'm waiting one day for radio to play this as a Christmas song, because we're going to get tired of the same 12 songs, right? Should spice it up a bit, but in any case, really enjoyed the track. The next one, Dyslexia. Dyslexia is an interesting song. I do enjoy it. I enjoy it, but I 100% would say that this is definitely the weakest track out of the entire album. Some people might say Fresh Blood, but I kind of dig that one. And so to go back to what I mentioned earlier about the drums, the first time I listened to this album, I didn't know a damn thing about synthesizer drums, So when I listened to this song, I'm like, man, there's something weird about this song. There's a beat to it, but it's lifeless. And then you learn, like, oh, it's synthesizer drums, it's automated. And so, some people say that really takes away from the album. I can understand that. But, for me, I'm 19 years old. I really don't give a shit. And almost, I think it kind of complements the title DaDa, which is, you can't really put a finger on it. And I think it's kind of cool in almost like a historical perspective, or like a musical perspective in history, to where it's like, oh, this is a synthesizer drum. This is what it sounded like. This was huge at the time. So I think it kind of complements it almost. But Dyslexia, like I said, I enjoy the track, but I heard some person say it would definitely complement the previous album, Zipper Catches Skin, which is just like full on coke driven. This album, out of the four blackout / coke albums, this is the more familiar Alice that you're going to get from him in this time frame. But yeah, Dyslexia, it's a fun song. I don't know where I'm at. I'm bouncing into walls and stuff like that. Is dis love or is dyslexia? Beautiful. But like I said, I enjoy the song. But yeah, I would definitely consider it one of the weaker tracks on this album. All right, kicking off to side B, track 1, Scarlett and Sheba. This is about a guy and two girls. You can fill in the blank with that one. But this is as my foot's falling asleep, this is a killer song right here. It grabs you right away in the beginning to where it's got this Middle Eastern instrumental sound to it. The first time I heard of it, my mind was thinking Egyptians and pharaohs and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very awesome the way that Bob Ezrin was able to do this stuff, give it its own charm, its own uniqueness. Um, but yeah, with this track, we all know what it's about, right? What for me, what matters is how you tell it, and I think he does a very good job at it. They're trying to kill me, want to pick my bones methodically, erotically. Uh, Scarlett wants to hold me wearing just a red Val hat. Sheba's in the shadows waiting for her turn at bat. I just want your body, Sheba. You lock me up in chains. Scarlett, she can referee the game. So, like I said, we all know what's about. It's just a matter of how you're going to tell the story. And I think they do a killer job at it. The next one, this song is, if there is one song that you're going to remember from this album, it's this one, and it's "I Love America." He plays this. It's this satirical redneck Southern character that says everything he loves about America. Just gotta have fun, make fun of America and whatnot, which the entire world has been doing since well, mostly since the election. But I'll stop right there. Uh, but this is a fun song. So, like I said, this southern redneck accent to it. I love Old Glory and homemade pie. I think them Ruskies should be sterilized. I love the chicken Kentucky fried, finger licking good. Then after that, he goes into this car salesman pitch, and another stanza that I like is. I love the bomb, hot dogs, and mustard. I love my girl, but I sure don't trust her. Or I love what the Indians did to Custer. Then after that, it goes into this play almost of natives and the cavalry. So you get some whoops and hollers, and then the cavalry march trumpet. And then I think it lasts probably like 30 seconds or something, which I'm sure is a play on the actual battle itself. So because Alice is like, oh, there they go. I mean, here they come. And then as it plays off, it then gets into this almost like this Western drama sound to it. Think of like a cowboy on horseback riding through the desert or something like that, trying to get to the saloon. It's got like that type of score to it. And then after it's like, oh, there they go, in and out, just like the actual battle. But yeah, and I think some people kind of nitpick on one of these lines. I think I kind of understand why he did it this way. So the sequence that the stanza is, I love my bar and I love my truck. I do almost anything to make a buck. I love a waitress who loves to flirt. Yeah. You can obviously, but I think so. This song was a single, or like a top hit or something like that, in some European country. Maybe it's Finland. I can't really remember, but I know it was a track somewhere or a single from somewhere. Um, so I think that's why he kind of went PG on it almost, because like I said, enough's enough. He says fuck twice, maybe more. I could be wrong, but yeah, go fuck and make a buck. Beautiful. Um, but with this one, definitely tongue in cheek, and I think it's kind of funny as well. We're thinking like, oh, wants to fuck. And he's like, no, flirt. What the hell is wrong with you? So I don't know. I kind of see it like that. But in any case, definitely hilarious track to it. The next one, Fresh Blood, which is about the vampires. Did you like that accent? Um, I understand why some people don't like this song. I dig it. I really do actually. I like the way he sings it. It's this very, it's like this hush tone, almost like a village. Like, oh, did you hear? Jack the Ripper came through here yesterday. He killed 4 people. Hush hush. Don't speak his name like fucking Voldemort or something like that. But yeah, it's just fresh blood. I walk out at night. Poor Dolores found in Lincoln Park. She wasn't raped. She was just drained. So stuff like that. Um, it's kind of got this disco element to it almost. Because you got the chorus, which is like that light. kind of boppy disco sound to it, and so some like you know the backup vocals kind of add to that as well. But yeah, above all else, I really do enjoy the track, but I can definitely see why some people would consider it filler. But yeah, and now the last track. So if you thought you were having a fun day, uh, well, that's about to end as soon as you listen to this song. This song is absolutely depressing. It's called "Pass the Gun Around." So in gun as in not as in a literal gun, at least that's how I see it, and through the song and whatnot. Gun as in the alcohol bottle, as in it's killing me. But the song starts off as third person, so we're back to Sunny. Sunny wakes up in the morning feeling kind of sick, needs a Stoli vodka, needs it really quick. Sees a little blood run from his eyes, feels a little hotel paralyzed. Um, with that line right there, sees a little blood run from his eyes. There is that story, of course, of Alice looking in. He's an absolute wreck at this point. Full coke driven. Back in alcohol. But he says like one of the things that he remembers is looking in the mirror and what he thought it was makeup was actually just blood coming from his eyes. So he said whether or not that was real, which is hallucination, but he cut the crack right then and there. So maybe that's what he was alluding to. I wouldn't doubt it. But yeah, the chorus itself, pass the gun around, give everyone a shot, throw me in the local river and let me float away. That is depressing. But this song, it transitions into third person to first person, and I wake up watching cartoons, the television's on, there's a couple of parted balloons, and all my money's gone. And another one, very powerful one, is I've had so many blackout nights before. I don't think I can take this anymore. So yeah, it's very depressing and serious song that I believe is one of, if not, one of the few very, very emotional, touching songs that he's done. Most of his songs are very kick-ass, don't get me wrong, but this song, it sticks with you on an emotional level, that's for sure. And what a little thing that I like about the ending of the song, or just, I guess, the album, is that it ends back. Well, there's a song. Well, there's a sound to it that I don't. It sounds like a gun, but it's lighter almost. It's kind of like a charge, almost like a rejuvenation charge. I don't know if that was, he's like, I'm going to get through this. I'm not too sure, but well, he did, of course. But towards the end, it goes back to the DaDa, and then I think a little bit of the beginning songs of it as well. But because he did the same in Special Forces, it at the end it goes back to the first song, "Who Do You Think We Are?" So yeah, it's very, very fun. But in any case, Alice Cooper's DaDa, I enjoy the hell out of it. Like I said, it's not my favorite. Top five, absolutely. Out of a score, pull it out of my ass. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I can definitely see why people have issues with some of the drums, and a couple of songs like Dyslexia or Fresh Blood being filler, or just doesn't make sense to the concept of the album, if you will. But yeah, anyways, really enjoy the album. I'd like to know what you guys think about this album, if you listen to it at all. I'm sure I'm the only one on this channel that has. And thank you so much for watching. Take care.